Hi everybody, I hope you're doing good. I know you must be wondering, why do I look so clumsy like this? That's because I've just woken up from my bed. In fact, I'm still in my bed, but I wanted to record this video because I'm not feeling that great today. That's because I did not get a good sleep last night, and just like many of us do, I was scrolling through my Facebook pages, Instagram, WhatsApp messages, and catching up on some emails. When I fell asleep, it was 3 a.m. and now it's 11 a.m. Waking up, I don't feel all that good. And I already feel very low on energy, and I'm craving for all the unhealthy things. And my brain is also tricked to think that my body is currently deprived of energy and I need a very big meal to compensate for that. Okay. And once in a while, waking up late or sleeping late is fine, but doing this repeatedly or being sleep deprived repeatedly, it has a lot of major implications or health implications. Okay, so what exactly happens to our body when we are sleep deprived or when we don't get enough sleep? What happens to our body? Let's look at it. What happens when you don't get enough sleep? Well, there are many reasons, many short-term and many long-term health impact or side effects of not getting enough sleep. But today I want to mainly touch upon these four things. So let's look at them one by one. The first one is frontal cortex. This is nothing but the area in our brain or the section of our brain that governs the decision-making process. When we don't get enough sleep, there are mainly two things to note for. One is cravings, and number two, portion control. When we don't get enough sleep, it dulls the decision making areas in our brain. It makes us to believe that we need to eat feel good food to really keep up with our energy or to keep up with our mood. And these are foods usually which are high in fat, greasy foods, and high in sugar. And the second thing is portion control. Again, it kind of puts your body on a low energy mode, and it makes your brain or tricks our brain into believing that it really needs to eat a big meal to compensate for the energy loss. And the next thing is cortisol. Cortisol is nothing but stress hormones. When we don't get enough sleep, cortisol spikes up, and there are many studies that shows that people who work in shifts, who sleep during the day, who work in the night time, cortisol levels are usually very high. So when the cortisol level spikes up, it kind of sends a message to the body that it is in a state of deprivation of energy. So this makes the body to cling on to more fat than it actually requires, and this stops the fat burn process. So definitely not having enough sleep, it slows down your weight loss journey as well, or the weight loss process as well. And the next thing is insulin. So this converts any starch or sugar in our food into energy, right? When we don't get enough sleep, what happens is this desensitizes, the brain desensitizes to insulin, and researchers show that it is reduced by 30%. So what happens when the brain desensitizes to insulin is the circulating sugar in our body that does not get burnt, and this really slows down the metabolism, and anything that is not used up or that is not burnt, it tends to accumulate in our body as fat. And last but not the least, immunity. So immunity, as we all know, immune system, it's responsible for the defense mechanism in our body. So when we are sleeping, immune system produces antibodies and cytokines. So these are mainly, it's like building its forces, and these forces helps to keep any diseases or any foreign invaders entering the body. So when we don't get enough sleep, it really prevents our immune system from building up its forces, and this also slows down our natural healing process or our recovery process. And continuous sleep deprivation, it puts us on a risk of chronic conditions like diabetes, heart illnesses, and respiratory illnesses, so on and so forth. So it's very essential when it comes to when we talk of healthy living. One important aspect is to take care of sleep. It's not just the quantity of sleep or how long you sleep, it is also the quality that matters. So deep sleep, and also make a habit to fall asleep the same time pretty much every day, and also aim to sleep good at least 5 out of 7 days in a week. And this will really help you in many areas of your healthy living, to strengthening your immune system, heart health, and even in your weight loss goals. So which is why it's important to have a deep sleep.